We have heard amazing stories about Kobe Bryant in the days following his death. It seems like a way for people to grieve and somehow accept that he's no longer with us. Some of the stories are funny. Some show how legendary his work ethic was. Others are about how much he affected players and fans of the game. But all the stories reflect that Kobe Bryant is what happens when talent meets hard work. This video is about 5 of the best stories that we've heard since Kobe Bryant passed. I'll save my personal favorite for the end, but stories 1 through 4 could end up being your favorite. And if there's a story I left out, please let me know in the comments below the video. Hey guys, I'm Casey Kiernan, host of the AM Hoops YouTube channel. Hit subscribe. We're an NBA news channel. We come out with the biggest NBA news Monday through Friday at 6 p.m., news and analysis. But this week is all about Kobe Bryant. All of our videos this week are honoring the Black Mamba. Story number 5, the Lakers workout. The most important thing is you must put everybody on notice that you're here and you're for real. Kobe Bryant. So we all know the general story about Jerry West seeing Kobe once, saying this is the kid we're drafting, and then orchestrating the trade on draft night with the help of Kobe's agent. But the details of that one workout are fascinating. Jerry West heard rumors of high school Kobe Bryant beating guys like Jerry Stackhouse at 76ers practice back in Philly. So to test Kobe, he called Michael Cooper in for the workout. And if you don't know Michael Cooper, he was a beast in the league, known for his defense. This guy won Defensive Player of the Year, and he was All-NBA defense 8 times. So the workout's going on, and a few minutes in, Jerry West pulls Cooper to the side and he says, "All right, man, start giving it to him." And Cooper looks him dead in the eye, dead serious, and goes, "I've been giving him all I've got." Jerry West says they stopped the workout. The Lakers had their guy.
We just stopped the workout. It was just ridiculous of how he conducted himself. More importantly, how he was just a teenager who was the man, and Michael Cooper looked like the teenager. It was kind of embarrassing, to be honest with you.
Story number 4, Kobe's insane work ethic. I can't relate to lazy people. We don't speak the same language. I don't understand you. I don't want to understand you. Kobe Bryant. This is really a compilation of the best Kobe work ethic stories into one because there are a million of them. Blake Griffin was obsessed with finding out if this one was real. After arriving at USA basketball camp in Las Vegas, a rumor was going around that Kobe had taken a 2 a.m. bike ride for 40 miles through the desert. It sounded too extreme, but it was true. Kobe had made his trainer, Tim Grover, and his personal security guard rent bikes and headlamps. They finished the bike ride at 2 a.m. Kobe was at practice, sure enough, at 7:30 a.m. that next morning. So in 99-2000, John Celestin got to the Lakers, and he came there with that old cliche reputation, first guy in the gym, last guy to leave. That's until he had Kobe Bryant for a teammate. It pissed Celestin off that Kobe was there first every day. Celestin said, quote, "This would infuriate me because I wanted to be the first person to practice, just as I had always been at Villanova and Piscataway High in New Jersey. To add insult to injury, I lived only 10 minutes from the practice facility, while Kobe was at least 35 minutes away." This was the first season under Phil Jackson, by the way, and as Lakers fans will remember, Kobe broke his hand in the preseason. Celestin went on, quote, "I'm ashamed to say I was excited the day after his injury because I knew that there was no way that number 8 would be first to practice, if he'd even be there at all. As I walked in through the training room, I became stricken with fear when I heard a ball bouncing. No, it couldn't be. Yes, it could be. Kobe was already in a full sweat with a cast on his right arm and dribbling and shooting with his left." Story number 3, Mamba mentality. Friends hang sometimes, banners hang forever. Kobe Bryant. Kobe was obsessed with winning. It sometimes got in the way of his personal relationships. Smush Parker told a story about what it was like to be a teammate of Kobe Bryant during some of the darkest days in Laker history after Shaq. Smush tried to have a conversation with Kobe. After all, he had just won the starting point guard job. They were co-workers. And he said, "Hey, Kobe, you see that football game last night? Kobe turned to him on the bench and said, "You need more accolades on that court before you can talk to me off it." And that was a big part of the Mamba mentality. Singular focus, no patience for losing, which really puts into perspective the story that Lou Williams and Nick Young were joking about on Twitter. Kobe's last season was the worst in Laker history. They won 17 games that year, and as you can imagine, Kobe probably not a very happy teammate. They were blown out in Portland 121-103 one Saturday night. After the game, the Black Mamba rounded up all of his teammates' Nike Kobe shoes and threw them in the trash. He turned around and told them, "You're all too soft to be wearing Kobe's."
He gonna be mad at me for this, but look, we had a blowout. We got blew out in Portland. And he came in the locker room and he was like, "From now on out, every time down the court, I touch the ball. Y'all gonna learn what it's like to play with Kobe Bean and Bryant." And I'm sitting there looking like,
Okay.
oh, this is serious.
Story number 2, unbelievably competitive. Haters are a good problem to have. Nobody hates the good ones, they hate the great ones. Kobe Bryant. All the greatest athletes seem to use a me against the world chip to motivate them at times. Tom Brady knows the world says he's too old. He goes out and becomes the oldest MVP in NFL history at 40 years old. LeBron James has an injury, the Lakers miss the playoffs, and the whole washed king thing goes around on Twitter. He comes back with an MVP type season. But this Kobe story makes those stories look like nothing. As the story goes, in the mid-2000s, a fan saw Kobe at a Sacramento mall at the day between games. Naturally, people were swarming him, and one kid asked Kobe, "Hey, who won the fight between you and Reggie Miller?" See, the Lakers played Reggie Miller's Pacers in March 2002. It was a rematch of the 2000 finals. No love was lost between Kobe and Reggie Miller. The whole game they trash talked, then they came to blows after the final buzzer. There was a huge dog pile, both guys were suspended 2 games. So, Kobe tells that fan at the mall he won the fight, of course. Then some other kid in the back of the crowd yells, "Yeah, but you can't hit 3 threes in a row like Reggie Miller." The next day, the Lakers played those Kings. The fan remembers Kobe making a layup, then a jumper, then he hit 4 threes in a row. Now, there's no way for us to know if that was Kobe in his own way responding to that kid in the back of that pack, but you wouldn't put it past the Black Mamba. And story number 1, stranger than fiction. I entertain people who say I shoot too much. I find it very interesting. Look at Mozart. He responded to his critics saying there were neither too many notes or too few. There were as many as necessary. Kobe Bryant. The crazy thing about all these stories that have been told in the days after Kobe's passing is that they're all true, except for one. Mike Tirico did the play-by-play of Kobe's final game for TV on ESPN. He did an interview after Kobe's passing with The Ringer, remembering his favorite moment of that 60-point game. It wasn't something Kobe did, but how another player showed his immense respect. Kobe needed to hit both free throws at the end of the game to get 60. He hit the first, and on the second, watch Gordon Hayward. Tirico points out Hayward steps into the lane before the ball hit the rim. He said Hayward took an intentional lane violation just in case Kobe missed to make sure he had another shot at 60.
But every time I see Gordon Hayward, I think of that. I'm like, you know what, dude? You get it. You get it. You get it at a level that other people don't, and I'm a fan of yours for life for that.
Such an amazing story about how even in the heat of competition, how much respect the opponent had for Kobe Bryant. But there's one problem. It's not true. Gordon Hayward came out the next day and put this on Twitter. It's also come to my attention that there's a story going around tonight about an intentional lane violation that I took to ensure Kobe would get his 60th point in his final game, and many are applauding me for the gesture. The fact of the matter is that it's not true. That was a night that I will truly never forget, as I can remember almost every moment of it, and my goal that night was to compete as hard as I possibly could against Kobe, because that is what he was all about, and I wanted to give him my very best. He got 60 on me, and I didn't give him anything free all night. What happened on that free throw line was not intentional. Kobe would have lost respect for me if I gave him something free. That's what made him so very special. Now, believe me, I wanted to believe that Mike Tirico story was true, and I was kind of heartbroken and disappointed when Gordon Hayward tweeted that. But the fact is, that makes the story even better. In some way, it might have cheapened that accomplishment to know that Hayward was letting Kobe go off. Kobe would have hated that. Just like Gordon Hayward said, he would have wanted the competition to compete. Instead, Kobe Bryant went out that night as a Laker the same way we're gonna remember him, as an all-time great who accomplished unthinkable things on and off the court.